Bomber revelation.
If you've been...
Let's beat the game. Let's beat this. Oh no, let's beat the second chapter. Let's buy some more transport units. Buy some more devastators. Some more bomber balloons. We'll move on the we'll conquer on the next turn.
By the Seven, Commander, what has happened in the town of Harrow Ridge is truly abominable. Such crimes committed by my kinsmen. I can hardly believe it. Those elves, they must have staged unspeakable acts of sacrilege to madden them so. They must have... Why else would they? Heresy gross and foul.
I was correct.
Too little, too late comes to mind, Commander. But it seems Edmund did his duty in the end. The nightmare of Harrow Ridge vanished come the dawn, and those responsible for the killings have themselves been rendered unto death. Justice is hereby done, and I am furthermore glad to say Edmund apologized for his earlier disbelief in my accusations towards the undead. I hope they too have learned a lesson. They've had a horrid example of what their own religious mania may lead to.
So,
Harrow Ridge. A harrowing place if ever there was one, Commander. When Oberon first spoke of its supposed horrors, I dismissed them as the ravings of yet another counselor shouting for attention. But it was all damnably true. The undead, they were slaughtering each and every elf they could get their bony, sordid claws on. In the name of the Seven. Lunatics, the lot of them. But no skeleton stirs there anymore. They tasted their own medicine by my very blade. The law of the land I set in place and left a kindly old elven landowner as mayor. They'll rebuild their houses lost to zealots' torches, and forget as best as they might the Knights of Blood.
so you did hop to it. I am correct after all.
To think the idea of a few dead elves made me chuckle as I travelled there. Quite another thing to see 'em lying in the ditches, row on row, gored and mangled. Yet no sooner had my troops restored order than their survivor spirits soared once more, and they swore to reshape their stricken little society. I'll think kindlier of elves in future, Commander. They're a stout lot over there in Harrow Ridge. Good luck to them. They had a little library down in Harrow Ridge. No more than a smouldering ruin now. I think I'll pay to have it rebuilt. The Lord Edmund Augustus III Library.
Looks like Edmund's impenetrable contempt for all that is non-lizard was pierced, Commander, be it ever so slightly. Had a kind word to say about some elves out in the country. Why he'd do that for the life of me, I can't imagine.
What would you inquire of?
So you did hop to it.
Sup, Commander? Sup, Commander? It is a certainty now, Commander. In a short while, you'll be able to soar the skies, knowing all the world beneath you is your...
Commander, I'd like to address some issues I have with the Rivlon Times.
Okay.
Now, I know the press will try to embellish stories to make for more savory reading material.
Yes.
But half the stuff they print nowadays is fabricated nonsense of an almost always sensational or slanderous nature. I want you to reprimand them, Commander. I want it to be known that from now on they must either publish the truth or else publish no longer.
Correct. Correct.
The Rivlon Times is no more than a daily dose of heresy for those that sinfully partake. Rather than admonish, you should abolish the thing altogether, Command.
Exactly, and this is law. This is legal. We have a conflict in personal, social, and patrimonial damages and freedom of speech. The way that the personal damage overcomes or is in a higher position than freedom of speech is if the say act under the principle of freedom of speech does not respect three major rules. First of all, the information must be true. Second of all, it must not be distorted in no any way. And third of all, the information must be reliable and interesting and for the beneficial of the public domain, of the public, of the society. So if this information is not entirely true, and if it is not in the beneficial of society, then, and if there's another thing, if there's, let me recapitulate. Let me reformulate. If the information here is not corresponding to the truth, and if it is not on the interest of the society, and if there's personal damage, either moral or patrimonial, then yes, we should limit this sensational press propaganda, useless propaganda. So yes, Prospera is correct.
I couldn't agree with Prospera more, Commander. The Rivlon Times journalists aren't simple fact-finders. No, they ferret for filth. Ever since I've become a counselor aboard the Raven, I've discovered dwarven newspapermen under my bed on no less than 3 separate occasions. And one I caught climbing through the bathroom window.
Unbelievable. Yes. Yes. There it is. Violation of privacy. There it goes. Damage under this fucking... Every single private entity is going to have either moral or patrimonial damages due to this fucking sensational press propaganda. See, violation of privacy. Social customs violated in the case of Yorick.
The Rivlon Times is a dwarven and therefore commercial enterprise, Commander. Juicy stories sell copies. That is simplicity itself. I categorically deny, by the way, that our editors spread lies. Or at the very least, spread lies on purpose. So, if a chambermaid divulges to us a minister of the crown likes to spank his mistress in the bedroom, and this later turns out to be untrue, she is at fault, not we, for having printed her tale.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Come on.
I see no imp interest in this matter at all, Commander. I'll just flip a coin then. Heads means yes, tail means no. And heads. Yeah, go ahead and reprimand them.
Nice.
I thank you, Commander. To inform the general public of the events of the Empire is a great responsibility, not a lackadaisical frivolity. The dwarves would do well to take this duty a bit more seriously, and their caricaturists especially could stand to be a bit more sensitive.
Okay, so we just do like the coin says then. We could flip one every bloody time, you know? Sure would put an end to all this bloody bickering.
Well, I guess a reprimand is a first step. Does it include the raiding of the Rivlon Times' offices, perhaps? Shall they be gutted by fire? For that would be most agreeable and please the Seven.
Very good, Commander. I can tell you it was all very embarrassing for my wife to pick up the morning paper and find out I'd been tending to another garden on the side. She kept on hogging the rose bushes. My favorite. What was I to do?
But this reprimand will kill business. Who wants to read mere facts? Facts are boring. God blimey, Commander.
Sorry, it's over. Find another way to have profit.
By the 7.
My word. What a wonder it is to experience the boundless tears of taste. The ceaseless subtleties of sense. A rose's fragrance may uplift one's soul. Savor a strawberry. Nectar from the earth. And the quintessence of life quakes in gentle vibration. To be, my love. To be.
Well, the experiment has proven to be a success. Right, let's invade the remaining country. Right, let's do this. Oh my god. This will be bad. There'll be no space. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh, balloons cannot fly, okay. Let's save, because I have a feeling this will be one for the ages. Let's buy some units here. Hunter, Devastator. Imp fighters. I'm going to invade this small country here. In fact, after I've beaten these guys, there's nothing they can do.